Good morning, friends. I'm making breakfast and making ahead a dry mix to make these favorite pumpkin muffins again 4 more times. So I'm showing you the specific recipe, but this strategy can work for any dry ingredients, whether it's a baking mix or a seasoning blend. So when you are listing your sevens in level 1, your go-to family favorite meals, you can go ahead and make 13 of these make ahead jars and make life easier for yourself in the future, and know for sure that you have the right quantity of ingredients on hand. So I've got all my tools ready to go, and I will walk you through what I'm doing. I've got this big glass bowl. That is where I will put the dry ingredients for today's muffins, and then those 4 quart-sized jars with the funnel I will start filling with, for this particular recipe, my pumpkin spice blend, which you can buy or make, plus salt. And then I'm showing you baking powder because I hadn't fully woken up yet, and I remembered that instead I actually needed baking soda, so I just swapped that out before I started scooping. And then my all-purpose flour. For this recipe, I could also use a whole wheat flour or a gluten-free flour substitute, and then oats. So you notice I have these in 5-gallon buckets because these are staple ingredients in our family. I'm going to save myself some time in the future by going ahead and measuring out these dry ingredients for 4 more batches of muffins. This particular recipe I like about once a week in October and November. So I have already scooped out my dry ingredients for today, plus 4 more batches. And I'm just showing you here, I ran out of eggs. So what I'm doing instead is using flax meal, which I put in the flax seeds in the blender this morning, and water as a substitute. And here is my mess. This is the entirety of the mess I made with this process. And it's the same amount of mess I would have had if I'd only done this once, but now I've made it for 4 more weeks. Here I am vacuum sealing these lids. So I'm just popping on the Food Saver attachment, putting on the hose, and then clicking the canister button to seal this. They also have USB rechargeable devices that do this. You can see this jar is vacuum sealed, this one is not. And the one that's vacuum sealed, I can hold it by the lid and it won't open. And I'm trying to put on the ring one-handed, which is funny. You'll see, by the way, the hot water or the hard water spots on the top of the jar. These are reused canning lids. So back to what I'm doing today, I have mixed together all of my dry ingredients, and in a separate bowl, all of my wet ingredients. I will combine these in just a moment to make today's muffins. But look at that. If you are working on your sevens, here is such a great strategy. So today I'm getting ready to scoop out my muffins, and I also have just a little bit of extra canned pumpkin and flax meal to deal with. Everything's scooped out. I've decorated the tops with pepitas and a casting sugar, and those are going into a 325-degree oven for 22 to 25 minutes. And here they are. So breakfast is served for today, and I have thought ahead and made the next few weeks just a little bit easier. So can you think of any recipes that your household uses that this strategy could help you with? Leave me a comment below. I would love to hear from you.